Tonight, the I-Team uncovers new information about the murder of a police officer who was killed in front of a Tosa firehouse. The Christmas Eve murder shook the entire community.
And now the I-Team's Jermont Terry reveals who was inside the firehouse that night. Jermont.
Mike and Carol, Officer Jennifer Sabina is the only officer killed in the line of duty in Tosa's history. Her murder, although a month ago, still leaves many people to wonder how this scene could play out. How could an on-duty police officer lie outside of a firehouse for hours before being found? That is just some of the questions that were looming and questions we are trying to get answers to. On Christmas Eve morning, 2012,
from Tosa, they are requesting backup 1601 Underwood Avenue for an ambush. Officer down.
Underwood Avenue in Tosa turned into a gruesome murder scene right outside the firehouse.
Our hearts are really heavy. That you just can't believe something like this occurs.
The city mourned the loss of Officer Jennifer Lynn Sabina, shot to death, shot 5 times from 2 separate weapons. Police say by the hands of her own husband, Benjamin Sabina.
It changed the way a lot of us feel in this neighborhood.
Neil Story's house is about 100 feet from where officers found Sabina's body in the parking lot.
It's unnerving to us on a lot of different levels. Number one, that violence in our backyard. Number two, that something like that could happen. And none of my neighbors, no one around here heard a sound.
2 types of bullets were used, 3 from a .40 caliber gun and 2 bullets from a 9mm. So the I-Team went to Shooter's Shop in West Allen to test them out. Fired at close range, the gunshots registered at more than 100 decibels. Is that likely to wake someone?
I would think it would be likely.
But when shots are fired, audiologist Jody Cole says a person cannot always distinguish the sound.
If you're not used to hearing that kind of a sound, it may not register that it was a gunshot.
The I-Team now knows that 9 firefighters were sleeping in this firehouse that Christmas Eve morning. The fire chief says none heard the gunshots or knew Sabina was in danger until dispatch called. But the I-Team sources revealed 2 firefighters did hear something. They just did not recognize it as gunfire. They even looked outside, saw Sabina's squad car parked here, but they say they never saw her, so they went back to sleep. Tosa's fire chief tells us there's a special room within the firehouse only police have access to. Not even firefighters are allowed inside. It was believed that this is where Officer Sabina was filing a report.
We feel bad that we didn't hear something, because to think that she may have lain over there in that parking lot for hours and nobody knew.
We've learned Benjamin Sabina allegedly stalked his wife for 2 other days before firing on Christmas Eve. When you look at the area around the firehouse, there are many places for a gunman to hide out. One scenario places the gunman right behind the firehouse with a clear shot to that entrance. The second scenario places the gunman a half block away, hiding in some bushes near a church with yet another clear shot to the entrance, but from a distance.
The noise will carry, but I mean, when it gets to the target, it's going to be more muffled.
And while Benjamin Sabina sits in jail awaiting trial, the Department of Justice continues to oversee the investigation right now. Some wonder if they didn't hear the shots for obvious reasons.
The mystery. The one big thing that comes up around here is everybody else says, well, was she actually shot there? You know, was she shot somewhere else? And that's where they just dumped her.
Answers we will get in a complete investigation. But until then, this community is left to ponder over the murder outside the firehouse.
It's a mystery for us. It really, really is.
Tosa Police and the Department of Justice did not want to comment due to the ongoing investigation. But this is a story that neighbors wanted us to investigate. And that is what the I-Team is all about, helping you and our community. So, of course, if there's anything that you want us to shed light on, just log on to TMJ4.com.
In the meantime, the criminal case against the husband continues.
On. He still remains in jail on the $1 million bond. He pled not guilty just a week ago.
All right,
you are getting some answers. Thank you, Jermont.